In this module, we considered a couple of different models that network designers, network administrators could use to take a technology or a protocol or a piece of networking equipment and see how it interoperates, see how it relates with another piece of networking equipment or a protocol or a technology. That was possible by having these standardized reference models that different industry professionals could use. For example, the ISO, the International Standards Organization, developed the 7-layer OSI, the Open Systems Interconnect model. And we talked about the 7 layers, and we gave you a couple of acrostics for remembering those 7 layers. All people seem to need data processing. That was top-down, application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. Or please do not throw sausage pizza away, going from the bottom up. And we talked about the function and the purpose in life for those 7 layers. One of the drawbacks, though, to the OSI model was that it was developed back in the day where it was more than just IP on the network. We might have AppleTalk or DECnet or IPX or a variety of other protocols out there. But today, it's mainly IP. Maybe IP version 4, maybe IP version 6, maybe both, but it's primarily IP on our networks today. So instead of having a more generalized reference model like the OSI model, some people prefer to go with the TCP/IP stack, also known as the DoD, the Department of Defense model. And this only had 4 layers. It was much easier to identify a protocol and say, oh, you go at the application layer. We would have to know a lot of details about that protocol to plug it neatly into the OSI model perhaps, but with the TCP/IP stack, we could say, well, I know this is an upper layer protocol. I know it's encapsulated inside of TCP, therefore I'm going to stick it at the application layer. And another big advantage, of course, from learning these different models is as you go throughout your networking career and you're reading different documentation, different reference material, you're going to see references to these layers. So if somebody says, this is a layer 2 device, immediately you know that we're talking about something at the data link layer, maybe like a switch, something that can make forwarding decisions based on layer 2 information. We know that we could be talking about the MAC or the LLC sublayers of the data link layer. If somebody says, here's a layer 3 device, in my mind, I immediately think, hey, here's a router, here's something that can make a forwarding decision based on layer 3 information. So these models, they're great to know as a foundation as we're starting to build our networking knowledge, because a lot of the protocols, a lot of the devices, as you read about them, they're going to refer back to these models.